It's been over a week since I last recorded a Pokemon Go video. And while that would be normal in most times for some creators, during that time, the Road to Global Go Fest event happened and Global Go Fest itself. In Global Go Fest itself. So you may be wondering, why did I not upload a video? Was I taking a break and just didn't play? No, I played, but I had a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I couldn't record as much as I wanted, and I wasn't, and for most of it, I just wasn't at my home. But I think it's time for you to finally see my Global Go Fest and Road to Go Fest experience, and all the stuff that you've missed in my Pokemon adventure. But before we look at my Pokemon, we have to. I thought this might be the case with how lucky I was being, but I decided to look at the official blog post Pokemon Go gave for Global Go Fest, and you have to scroll down quite a bit to see it. But one of the bonuses was indeed increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon. But now it's time for us to see. Well, it's time for you to see what you've missed. This shiny Charmander and this Dunsparce you haven't missed. These were the last two Pokemon you saw me catch that I actually kept. But let's point some things out. First of all, this Dunsparce I have named Sunday, so as the video goes on, you can see the days go by and see what I caught and kept on each day. So, like, okay, what did I get on Tuesday, and what did I get on Saturday, aka the first day of Global Go Fest? But anyway, this was the last two Pokemon you saw me catch. So now it's time we move on to the first new thing, which was this extra large Bellsprout. I collect extra larges, so that's why this is here. Then there was this 96 Meadow Scatterbug. Well, I think it's Meadow anyway. I'm pretty sure that's what the pink one is called. Tranquil for the Pokedex. Then Monday came along, and despite the fact that Monday was the first day of the Road to Go Fest event, I wasn't able to do a legendary raid, but despite that fact, I did still get a legendary because of a recent update in Pokemon Go that I hate. And so does everyone else. Anyway, Hisuian Voltorb for the Pokedex, Alolan Geodude, and Shadow Reshiram. Which, if I had recorded this when I actually meant to, this video of me finding and battling Giovanni for Shadow Reshiram wouldn't be out. But I didn't upload this when I didn't record or upload this when I was supposed to, so yeah, this video was out already. And yep, Reshiram, I got decently lucky with. Not for this one, but later I got another Reshiram that I was lucky with. Anyway, extra large Sizzlipede, because I collect extra larges. And then Tuesday kicks off with a Kyurem. And then a background Necrozma, which, I'll say this right now. The background some people might not have been lucky with, especially when getting shiny background legendaries or just background shinies in general. But the background seemed fairly common. Like I was raiding with a friend and it wasn't often that there was and it wasn't often that we were doing a raid together and one of us wasn't getting a background. But this was a very cool background Necrozma. Then another Kyurem, and there's a background Kyurem. Corsola, which I thought was a regional, and I'm pretty sure it is, but for some reason it was spawning in the wild during the Road to Go Fest. So I caught it, and this is my Pokedex Corsola now. Well, not Galarian. Well, Joutonian Corsola, not the Galarian one. Galarian one is very common in 7Ks. For example, I've hatched a lot from 7Ks. Anyway, another background Necrozma, and a background Tyranitar. Which, this one is an example of a background that was traded to me. Because yes, I did do this Mega Tyranitar raid, but I did not get a background from it. But the friend I was raiding with, he got a background and he was like, I don't care about this, do you want it? And I was like, sure. So we did a Tyranitar swap. He didn't get a good Tyranitar, so he didn't keep his, but I kept this one, and I like it, and he wasn't going to keep it, so it's fine. He agreed to this raid, so it's fine. Anyway, Tyranitar with background. Next is a Continental 93 Scatterbug. Then Wednesday started with a Tyrant, and then another Kyurem, a Squawkabilly for the Pokedex, a Dynamax Eevee that I may or may not evolve at some point. My first shiny of the event, a shiny Miltank, a background Necrozma, a Panpour for the Pokedex, a Glamio for the Pokedex, another background Kyurem, and then Thursday comes along and we start off with a 96 Marine Scatterbug. And then a 93 Zacian, which this is the best IV Zacian I got. And then the immediate next raid I got a background. So, unfortunate that couldn't have timed better. Then I got a Zacian with nearly the floor IVs. Then I did another Zacian, got another 93, but this time with a background, so I still consider that first one to be the better Zacian because it has 15 attack. But this Zacian is still pretty good, so I'm going to count this as a success. And then I got Pokedex Emolga, Pokedex Vileplume, Pokedex Talo, an extra large Mudkip that I found in the wild, and here's Friday. A Origin Form Dialga, which I'm just going to show you this once, but each Origin Form Dialga and Palkia you see have their adventure effects, because I made sure, because of the fact that one of the bonuses was that you could Elite Charge TM on the adventure effects. I didn't think that bonus would ever come back, so I made sure that for each Origin Form Dialga and Origin Form Palkia I made sure each of them had War Time. And I got very lucky with the backgrounds on them, even though this one, well, as you can see the IVs, some of them were lucky, some were not. This one is nearly the floor. Then I got my first hundo of the event, first of 2 in total, Hundo Lillipup. Then I got a Dynamax Abra, which this may evolve at some point, may not. Then I got my luckiest catch of the Road to Go Fest, shiny Origin Form Palkia. And it has the background. And I was so panicked that while catching it, I forgot to take a picture. I really love the snapshot feature, and I like having snapshots of the Pokemon as they were when I caught them. Like, what was the background around it? But, this was my shiny Origin Form Palkia, and this was the only shiny legendary I got from the event. And it had a background, so yay. Well, technically this isn't my only shiny legendary from the event. There's one exception, but I don't consider it a legendary, but we'll get to it soon. Then a High Plains Scatterbug, that's a 96. Then an extra large Deerling, a Dynamax Trapinch, but I may eventually evolve into Flygon, then another origin form Palkia, then a 96 Kyogre. Wait, no, this is 98. A 96 Dialga, and another background Palkia. And also, for the Kyogre, I nearly have enough energy to Primal Evolve it. But even if I did have enough energy, I don't think I would Primal Evolve it. Because there's always a chance of getting a Hundo, and I like having Hundos Primal Evolved. But anyway, after the Palkia, next is a Pokedex Patrat. Then I did a lucky trade. Then I did a remote lucky trade with one of my friends and got rare shiny Kakuna. Then Saturday started with Unknown U. I caught a lot of unknowns, and I will try to tell you the letters, but I don't fully recognize all of the letters. Unknown U, I think this is Unknown G. Unknown E, Shiny Helioptile. Unknown O, Lugia. Ho-Oh, which also, this Ho-Oh is quite special to me. Not because it's a background in the highest CP Ho-Oh I got during the event, but also because, well, I'll show you in a bit. Anyway, background Ho-Oh, Unknown V, Moltres, Unknown Q, Shiny Torchic, Hondo Tropius, which I'll tell you quite honestly, when I saw the IVs fully pop up on my screen, I nearly dropped my phone. Because I was catching all the instance spawn regionals because it was like, okay, I'm never gonna get them again, and this is gonna be my best chance to grind candy for them. And it was just like, what? I got a hundo of a regional? This might be my rarest hundo now. Anyway, next is Unknown W, Unknown I, but yeah, that Tropius is very cool, and I really love it. Unknown I, Unknown F, another Ho-Oh with a background, a Suicune with a background, but it's near the floor. Unknown C. Here's the Gengar from the timed research for Mega Mewtwo that they just gave a Gengar that could freely Mega Evolve. I will admit, this timed research would have annoyed me quite a bit because of the fact that the first task was spin Pokestops, and it was like, it's a free timed research. Why are you immediately making it so that rural players cannot get their one chance at a free Mega Mewtwo? But anyway, Mega Gengar, unknown exclamation mark, Ho-Oh again, unknown R, unknown M. Actually, is that unknown R? It could be unknown P, but I'm pretty sure it's unknown R. Unknown M, unknown X, Bouffalant for the Pokedex, shiny Solosis, shiny Girafarig, another shiny Bouffalant. Wait, no, not another shiny Bouffalant. Another Bouffalant, but this time shiny, which I freaked out upon getting this because it was like, huh? I didn't expect to get this. Like, I was checking all of the spawns around me, and I was using incense the entire event whenever I was grinding it, basically. So, you can imagine how cool it was to get this. Unknown D, Unknown Y, Unknown Z, Anira for the Pokedex, Rockruff for the Pokedex, Rayquaza, Nacli, Shiny Dwebble, Shiny Kabuto, Anira for the Pokedex again, Rayquaza with a background, Shiny Aerodactyl, Shiny Bagon, another Rayquaza, Druddigon for the Pokedex, Unknown P, and here's the Reshiram I was talking about. Background Reshiram, that's pretty good IVs. and Shiny Tropius. I got both Shiny Regionals during this event. And you can imagine how much I freaked out about this. Like, I probably freaked out about this less than I did with Hundo, but I still had a pretty big freak out because I was like thinking to myself, I'm getting too lucky. This might go down as my favorite Go Fest of all time. Unknown question mark. Suicune again. Pokedex Tapu Koko. My second ever shiny evolved Pokemon after the update that couldn't be shiny before. The first was the Vaporeon, which you saw, and the second was this Electrode from the Zeraora Special Research. And here's the Mega Mewtwo X from the Free Time Research, which I picked X because... Which I know some people are going to be like, ooh, because it's the best fighting type counter and you don't have good fighting types. No, I picked X because I don't need a Mega that's going to help me significantly with raids. Because I don't live near much gyms, so that's not going to be a help to me most time. A Mega that's going to help me the most is a Mega that can help me boost the catch candy I got in the wild. And despite the fact Mega Mewtwo X is a psychic fighting type, and I know you're going to be thinking to yourself, don't you still have the Lucario Mega from the Free Time Research from the Kalos tour earlier in the year? And yes, I still do have this free Lucario with the Mega Evolution background from the Kalos tour earlier in the year. I've scrolled too far down. Yeah. Oh wait, no. Whoops. Nope, then corrected. Okay, anyway. But this Mega Mewtwo is... I chose to pick X because it's a dual type Mega and it can help me grind for candy for for Pokemon easier. Because that's a Mega that can help me when it makes candy collection easier. And that's why I picked Mega Mewtwo X. But anyway, next is this Dynamax Grookey that I may have or may not eventually evolve. Lucky Rayquaza. Oh yeah, right. Both me and my friend that I was playing with got to rank 100 on the Go Pass, so both of us did use our lucky trinkets on each other, and we did a Rayquaza swap, and then we did a Mewtwo swap. And the Mewtwo he traded me had a background, because I didn't spend any money on the event. Yes, all the legendary raids I did for free. I will explain to you in a bit how. But anyway, we both did a swap. We did a Rayquaza swap. It turned out okay. The Mewtwo swap was better. Also, I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure the Mewtwo I traded him was the one from the free Go Pass earlier in the year. And you may be wondering to yourself, why would you do that? Wasn't that was one of your most popular videos at one point? Yeah, it was. But I think it says a lot about how much the channel has evolved that now it's like, yeah, that was one of the most popular videos at one point, but now I don't need to keep that Mewtwo, and I got a good Mewtwo in return, and it had a background. So I like this one better. But anyway, next was the Shiny Golett, the Tropius for the Pokedex, Shiny Oranguru, shiny Bidoof, shiny Lechonk, shiny Oranguru again, and Origin Form Dialga with a background. Then Clink for the Pokedex, an extra large Bouffalont, a shiny Venipede, a Hisuian Sneasel, a shiny Quillfish, and a shiny Unknown R. I got a shiny of each of the Pokemon spawning off the incense. And yeah, I'll admit that, sure, this would have been even cooler if I got an extra large Tropius, a Hundo Bouffalont, and an extra large and Hundo Unknown. But I'm fine with how this went. I got incredibly lucky with the instant stuff. And despite the fact I forgot to take a picture of both Unknown R and the shiny Origin Form Palkia, this event I still really enjoyed it. And then I got a second shiny Bouffalont, which yes, this is in the remote trade category because I don't need a second one. If you want it, you can have it if you're on my friends list. But you better give me something good in return or else you're not getting it. Then there was this Pokedex Marini, Pokedex Venonat, Pokedex Impidimp, shiny Alolan Grimer, Pokedex Scraggy, Pokedex Sneasel, Pokedex Impidimp, Unknown B, Red Flower Flabebe, which this is a regional, Tinkatink, Unknown J, Pancham, shiny Crabrawler, the final shiny I got during the event, Flamigo, extra large, Timber, and Snubbull. And that is all 132, technically 130 Pokemon that I got from the event that you haven't seen until today. So, with that said, I still have some other things I want to show you. First of all, time to mention, when I finished the event, despite the fact that it's been nearly 2 days since the event ended, all my potion supplies were depleted. Like, I used to be able to delete 200 hyper potions, 200 max potions, 200 revives, 200 max revives all at once, and it'd be like, okay, I'm not going to regret this. Now it's like, oh. After that, when that event was over, it was like, wow, my potion supplies have been hit hard. And I could not keep this up for another few days if I was doing as much raids as I was then. But also, from the Go Pass for the Go Fest and Road to Go Fest event, you got 100 free Pokeballs, 100 free Great Balls, and 100 free Ultra Balls. And as you can tell, I haven't really deleted any because I actually use all the Pokeballs, Great Balls, and Ultra Balls, so I didn't delete them. I just used them, and they have been helpful. And now it's finally time to talk about the raids. But first, before we get to the exact number of raids, let's look at shinies. I got 4 shinies prior to Global Go Fest starting, and I got 22 after it had started. I got 2 Hundos, the Lillipup and Batropius. And my favorite shinies I got were the Origin Form Palkia, the shiny Tropius, the 2 shiny Bouffalont, and the Unknown. A lot of the other ones were cool, but those are the 4 or 5 that are sticking out to me the most at this time. And now it's time to see how many legendaries did I get, because I didn't transfer any of them. I traded 2. Well, technically, I traded a Mewtwo from multiple months ago, but but the Rayquaza I traded was from that day. So I got 35 legendaries. Now you may be wondering, how was that possible and you didn't spend money? Well, first of all, during the event you got for the Road to Go Fest, you got 2 free raid passes each day. And for the Mega Tyranitar raid I did, and I also did a Mega Gardevoir. For both of those raids, I was able to use link charges, which is, as you can see by my storage, I am now completely fit my link holder. I did not do enough Mega raids, and my link holder is completely full. But I honestly like the link charge feature because of the fact that from party challenges, you can just get link charges. You can just get link charges for free. So yeah. So for each week you can do a free mega raid just from doing the party challenge feature. And that's without using your free raid pass. And obviously you need link charges to do remote super mega raids. But also, as you just saw, I have 15 premium battle passes left. Prior to the event starting, I had 40. So yeah, used a lot, and well, I had nearly 40 premium battle passes, but that's fine. I think good stuff is meant to be used because if it just sits, it stops being helpful to you at one point. Oh, also, after all the raids I did, I am at nearly 600 golden raspberries. So yeah, I used a lot after all the raids were done. But now it's time to get on to the medals and level progress. When you last saw me, I was at level 71 and I was 100 or 200,000 of the way to level 72. Now I'm at 6,124,000. And soon I will have completed 3 of the 4 tasks. But I may be double or triple over the level 72 requirements by the time I actually level up to level 72, because you have to follow a route 7 days in a row. And I live near no Pokestops whatsoever. And also, even if I had remembered to do a raid each day of the trip while I was gone, and actually near Pokestops, it still would have only been 6 days. And I would have still failed to do 7 in a row. So, I will be stuck on level 71 for a while. But the trip did come with good things. Because, for example, this Ho-Oh that I got completed my Johto Pokedex medal. And although I don't have the unknown that completed this medal anymore, I did complete the unknown medal as well. Those were the only 2 medals I platinumed. I gold and silvered some, and also I might have got some to basic as well. But I platinumed 2 new I platinumed 2 new medals, so I feel like ultimately, when I look back at this event, am I going to remember it as a fun time? Yeah. It wasn't a free event. It was advertised as one, but if you wanted to enjoy the full experience, you either needed to be like me, have raid passes saved up, or you just needed to avoid the raids. Which I think this is the event that's closest to me in terms of enjoyability as the Sinotaur was. Because with Sinotaur, I got so many shinies that day, and my first ever shiny legendary. That's also why the mascot of my channel is this Uxie. Because this was the first ever shiny I got in... This was the first ever shiny legendary I got in Pokemon Go. Now I have 10 shiny legendaries. But you always remember the first one. So, ultimately, closing thoughts in the video. Was Global Go Fest for 2026 my favorite Go Fest ever? And was the Road to Go Fest also my favorite event? Also my favorite Road to Go Fest ever? Or just my favorite Road to event in general? And it is a yes to both questions. I thoroughly enjoyed both of them much more than I was expecting. I think they either match the Sinnoh in terms of quality of what I come to expect with a Pokemon Go event, or they broke the record and completely shattered it. And to be fair, I think even if you had not done raids during Global Go Fest, if you grinded a lot, you would have come out with a lot of shinies and had a very enjoyable time. So I'm giving this 2 thumbs up, and I'm giving this either a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 on the event, with 10 being the best score you can get. So, good job, Scopely. You did great. But now this event's over, and, well, I hope you had a fun time as well. This has been a great event for me. So, I hope you had a great time as well. Because I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did as well. Anyway, have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.